نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونصلي ونسلم على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجعلنا معهم واجمعنا بهم يوم الدين وفي الفردوس الأعلى جميعا آمين. In the name of Allah Azza wa Jal, the most gracious, the most precious, Allah Azza wa Jal, the provider, the sustainer, the creator, the one and only word of worship. Allah Azza wa Jal have blessed us with so many blessings, and we always say that we have to remember number one blessing is Ni'matul Islam, the blessings of being Muslims. And we all know that the real meaning of Islam comes from the word taslim, which is the full submission to the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, and only to the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that Allah Azza wa Jal has to be number one in your life. All your priorities should be set upon pleasing and following the commands of Allah Azza wa Jal, knowing that all that Allah wants for you is the best of blessings, happiness and tranquility in your life, in your death, and in your life after death. Knowing that, that's the essential core of Iman. And if that core, if that faith is not stable, is not correct, you need to revisit it and supply it with the best of knowledge. And the best of knowledge is Al-Quran Al-Kareem and the Sunnah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, Ni'mat al-Islam, one of its best ni'mah in Islam is the unity of Muslims. Ni'mat al-Islam fi wahdat al-Muslimin. Allah Azza wa Jal knows that we are social in our nature. Allah gave us this fitrah. We like to be among others. And for this feeling, for this fitrah to be beneficial in our daily lives, Allah Azza wa Jal have made it very important to unite us with the faith of Islam. And Allah focused in the Quran and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the Hadith at the importance of this unity of faith. Of course, we all know that we are united as human beings, part of humans all around the world. There's a lot of connection, a lot of ties with other fellow Muslims. But today we're talking about as Muslims Ummah, brotherhood in Islam. And from there we get very important examples, inshallah, and we need to teach us to our young children, especially here where we are minority as group of Muslims, compared to other groups. To know the importance of this unity, just go back in history. We all know that Islam was descended first in Middle East, in Arabia, in Mecca, upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, where Quraysh was one of the strong tribes controlling a certain part of the Jazira al-Arabiya, the Middle East, Arabian Peninsula. And their survival that time depended on who attacks the other tribe first. So they used their strength, the power of weapons, the power of money, the power of number of people, and they abuse it to control more land, control more wealth. And that was their survival methodology. And because it took them a long time behind civilization, fighting among each other, using the sword and horse to survive, and with all the good qualities they had also, but this was the worst quality in the Middle East, in Arabia. Roman Empire, Russian Empire, the empire in China, the empire in Africa, in Habasha, they all were much more civilized, and one of the major aspects of their civilization and existence was their unity. Whether they were united around a king, a tribe, or a religion, a faith, or even just a land or a nationality. The unity made, a certain type of unity made the Persian Empire and the Roman Empire and empire. And of course, we all know that there was a lot of dhulm in those empires. The strong ones were all abusing the weak ones, the rich were getting richer, we all know that. So Muhammad ﷺ, with the message of Islam, that is still the message from his time ﷺ till the Yawm al-Qiyamah, is the same message, that we have to be united and become like one body. فوحد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم العرب بعد أن كانوا قبائل متناحرة. The unity was not only under one religion, which is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. We all know that under the hukum, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's time, when he managed the Arabia and the Muslims, there were munafiqeen, there were mushrikeen, there were Christians, there were Jewish, there were people who are atheists, but still the system have absorbed and made everyone live with harmony, and everything was detailed how to deal with the Muslim and non-Muslim in peace or in war. Everything, the best of constitution you will ever put your hand on was the constitution that was built in Medina, the first one, where until now it's being taught in many universities. And alhamdulillah, because of that type of unity, under La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, under the justful and the system of justice and being just to one another, there was a lot of stabilities, economic stability, social stability, political stability, and of course there was also rules that even trading, even what to do, what not to do, and everything was towards maslahat al-jamia, the benefit of everyone, the benefit of everyone. So even the unity of Muslims among each other, when you are strong, you benefit the non-Muslim community around you, which is proven and it's really essential. We will go through certain ayat and ahadith, very few, to have, to make, especially the young ones, where did we come with this? Like, I can live alone. You know that we live in a time where capitalism and it's all about me, it's all around me, my needs, I, much more than we hear we. So let's remind ourselves and our younger generation that the unity as Muslims, it's not something luxurious, that it's a possibility, it's an option. قال Allah Azza wa Jal, in most of the ayat, when Allah talks to us, He talks to us as a group of people, not as an individual. Such as, يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Subhanallah. I believe that there's not a page in Quran that there is no call for us as a group. يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Oh, you who are people of faith, people, and people who are, oh, you believers, not believer. So that by itself, linguistically, gives you an impact that we need to unite and live as a group that is led by haqq. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا. Another ayah, part of ayat. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ, you all follow the commands of Allah and follow the commands of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا, and do not fight among one another. Do not make your hearts hate one another. So that's another call. So many ayat. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا, do not follow the steps of shaitan. But also again, خِطَابٌ جَمْعِي, it's a call for a group, for a number of people. Do not follow the steps of shaitan. إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. He is surely a very obvious enemy and a very harsh enemy. Also, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبِّ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Bound yourself around al-habl al-mateen, the strong tie, the strong core of relationship between you and Allah Azza wa Jalla. Very important. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم in the hadith, إن الله يرضى لكم ثلاثا ويسخط لكم ثلاثا. Allah would please or would choose for you will direct you towards three things and will forbid you of doing three things. Now, it's a long hadith. One of those that Allah chosen for us and directed us towards is وَأَن تَعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Where the same wordings in the Quran. So the hadith and Quran supports the unity of Muslims, the people of faith, for a lot of benefits. Another example, historical example, we all know from the Seerah, Rasulullah, the first thing he did after establishing his masjid, al-Masjid al-Nabawi, was uniting between al-Muhajirin wal-Ansar. People who migrated from Mecca and people who are in Medina, and both of them. This was, mashallah, tabarakallah, a lesson for the whole world. How to become a brother with someone who is totally a stranger for you. You have never met before, but with following Rasulullah, he became your real brother in faith, which made a big impact on the establishment of Dawlat al-Islam. You know, the kingdom or the Khilafah or the real aspect of Muslims being one ummah together. And Al-Aws wal-Khazraj, two tribes in Al-Madinah, very strong tribes for tens of years. All what they do is fight, and one tribe overpowers the other tribe for a certain time, and then the opposite. SubhanAllah, they became brothers, following the commands of Allah Azza wa Jal through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه يا أرحم الراحمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. In the last 2 to 3 minutes I have, we already know that being united is not a choice. It is a must. It's part of your deen. Do not live as an individual person or even an individual family or even as an extended family. Okay, that's my people. I care about them and that's all. No, it's not. This is not the way Allah Azza wa Jal or Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have taught us in many proofs, as we said. Here in Canada, اجتماعنا قوة، تعاوننا قوة، وحدتنا قوة، تكاملنا قوة، وطبعا هذه القوة تكون في الحق. Getting together is powerful. Cooperating with each other is power. We need to be powerful for goodness. Uniting each other is power. And completing one another is power. What are examples of those powers that we have recently, alhamdulillah, better late than never, we came to know the importance of this as people who are active in the community. Very good examples are the campaigns of making Muslims vote. Muslims used to be non-voters, like more than 50-60% of them, they did not even believe in the system of voting. Alhamdulillah, with the campaign of educating Muslims and getting them together, we were able to increase that number huge, big number, big jump in numbers, and a lot of Muslims, most of Muslims voted, and we were able to make a change in our community. Another good example, just yesterday, alhamdulillah, I'll end up with this one. Our great brother and a Muslim leader and one of the founders of this masjid, Abu Ammar Yaser al-Baz, Engineer Yaser al-Baz, because of first, rahmatullah, the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, and second, that we work together, have made the peaceful rallies, have wrote letters to all authorities, pushed day and night, made dua, so he can get back. And after 500 days unlawfully imprisoned, he was able to come back. A lot of pressure, a lot of ummah work. It was not one person. So we thank Allah first, and we thank the brothers and sisters who did their best to bring him back. Another fresh example of when we work together, Allah Azza wa Jal will even give us more power, and we'll make a change, we'll make da'wat al-haq, and we need to also, the last message here, to prove that we are united by supporting our masajid and Islamic centers. Especially in these last 4 months, we do not have regular supports as we used to, and our masajid are suffering. Please, do not only rely on your $5 or $10 or $20 you put in the box, but please become the ambassador of those masajid and Islamic centers and communicate to your members and family members and friends and bring support, financial support. I'm asking you straightforward. We need your support. Not we as individuals, the house of Allah. Wherever you go, please support. This is part of our unity. Show it. Do not just feel it. Your actions has to إما تصدق قولك أو لا تصدقه. Your action has to be reflecting your thoughts and your beliefs. We know we all believe in unity, but we need to act upon it. جزاكم الله خيرا. أسأل الله العلي العظيم أن يجمع كلمة المسلمين على كتاب الله وسنة نبيه. اللهم وحد صفنا وانزع البغضاء من بيننا. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا. اللهم اغفر لنا فوق الأرض واغفر لنا تحت الأرض واسترنا يوم العرض. آمين يا رب العالمين.